What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Soulfly Trades here, back with another video. And today I'm here with the Trading Course for Beginners Part 1 class. And, I just wanted to go over basically a little bit of a support and resistance. And I won't keep this video too long, as time is the most valuable thing we have in life. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, as you can see here, we have support and resistance. I like to think of resistance as the ceiling and support as the floor. That keeps it pretty simple to me. I know I used to get confused between the two, but thinking of as resistance as the ceiling and support as the floor really helped me out a lot. Alrighty, support. Support is the level at which demand is strong enough to stop the stock from falling any further. In the image above, as you can see, each time price reaches a support level in that previous image I just showed you, it has difficulty penetrating that level. The rationale here is that as price drops and approaches support, buyers, aka demand, become more inclined to buy, and sellers, aka supply, become less willing to sell. Alrighty, resistance. Resistance is the level at which supply is strong enough to stop the stock from moving any higher. In the image I had previously shown you, you can see that each time price reaches the resistance level, it has a hard time moving higher. The rationale is that as price rises and approaches resistance, sellers, aka supply, become more inclined to sell, and buyers, aka demand, become less willing to buy. Alrighty, this is a little example of how to use support and resistance. You look to go short at resistance, aka the ceiling. As you can see here, price reversed multiple times from resistance, which is where that red line is. It reversed a couple times drastically, actually. And if you flip the script, if you look at support here, you will look to go long at support. And as you can see why, the reason why is because once price gets to support, it reverses every time to the upside. So that's, basically in the main idea of how you want to use support and resistance. Okay, this is a little example of how to know when support becomes resistance. As you can see here, you had prior support here. Price reversed multiple times. It couldn't break through it, and it finally broke through. And once it did, that prior support then became resistance, because price could not now break through that prior support, which makes that resistance. Alrighty, this is how to know when resistance becomes support. Okay, as you can see here, you have this red line over here where there's resistance because price cannot break through it. But once price broke through it and eventually pulled back to it, you can see that now became support because price could now no longer break through it, and instead it kept bouncing off of it. So that prior resistance now becomes support. It's pretty easy if I say so myself. But this is basically how I use support and resistance in my own trading. This is two actually live examples. The one on the left, I actually called out in my Discord. The one on the right is just an actual example. I didn't trade it at all. Okay, ideally, you would look to go short at resistance, aka the ceiling. And as you can see here, as price reached this 393.51 area, I called that out in my Discord actually. Price reversed drastically, and actually that was a play on Friday that I called out. Contracts went from $100 to $440. So that means even if you spent $200, you would have made basically like $880 off $200. You know, that that's mind blowing. There's no other job in the world where you can do things like that. But I personally trade SPY. So, but you can use this on anything, Forex, or, whatever stock or ETF you want to trade, so this does apply to everything, all trading. Okay. And basically you will look to go long at support, aka the floor. And as you can see on the right hand side, you can see when price reached this bottom support area that I had drawn in, that's actually what I call a demand zone, but I'll teach teach you about that, in another video. But for other people that do know a little bit more, you know a little bit more about supply and demand. That's very helpful in combination with support and resistance. That gives you a lot more confidence in your trading too. So I encourage you guys to learn about supply and demand too. I'll, make a video on that eventually in the trading course for beginners class. But as you can see here, once price reached this support zone that we had drawn in, it reversed drastically to the upside. And you can also see that on the left hand side too. Once this reached the support zone I had drawn in, price went up. We had buyers waiting there. But other than that, like I said, you want to think of resistance as the ceiling and you want to think of support as the floor. But I hope this helped you guys out today. Tons of value in it. I wanted to keep it short and sweet to the point, as time is our most valuable asset again. But Sniper Gang Trading for Life. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.